By the way, remember the shortest verse? Who knows the shortest verse in the Bible? Surely a bunch of you do. Jesus wept. You know, and then after it says that, after it says Jesus wept, it says, the people said, oh, how he loved him. So when you weep with those that weep, that shows you how much you love them. And I came home last night just overwhelmed. Those people, my pastor's children, have no idea how much I love them. But they all knew it. They knew it. And they all gave me hugs. You know, I don't normally hug ladies. But if I do, it's a side hug. But, man, I broke all the barriers yesterday. Man, I went to Mrs. Lang. She went the first one. But Mrs. Lang, I saw her sitting up there in the front row right by the casket, nearest the casket. And she almost didn't make it from Florida. And so I went to her. She hadn't seen me yet. And so I went up behind her, snuck up behind her, and I just reached down to give her a side hug. And she startled. She didn't know. I mean, she wants to know who it is that's comforting her or whatever. And so so I knew that, so I reared back so she could see my face, and I could see hers too. And she does she's if you knew her, you'd understand. She goes, and she gets like a hump, like a. What's wrong with you? And she stands up and then gives you a big old hug. And we just hug tight. And that's the way she is. So what do you mean? What are you coming doing this behind? How? I didn't know you were here. And she said, Tim Coleman, what do you... and she was so happy to see me. Anyway, so I gave her a big hug. But they have 3 daughters. Heather, I forget, Heather is 1 year older than my wife, I think. Then there's Glenda, who is your age, and then there's Elisa, the youngest, and she's a sweetheart. But anyway, all 3 of them, man, I gave them the biggest hugs, or they gave me the biggest hugs, and it was sweet. It's a shame sometimes that we have so many things of this life that hinder us from expressing love. And it is because there is that danger. There's some people that hug too much. Pretty soon it turns physical and all that. But let me tell you, I had the sweetest hugs yesterday, and it was awesome. And I felt so bad. I was talking to my wife about it last night. I had such a good time with my niece. Driving home, Phil was in the back seat, so she drove the last trip from the restaurant on. And she got to see me. She got to see me interacting with these family members. So she got to see love in action, and so she really opened up like never before. And we talked, laughed, and had a really good time in the car coming home. And she was so helpful, helped me get all my stuff out of the car and bring it over. And I felt so bad because I've never hugged her in my life. And I didn't last night, and I thought about it, because she saw me hug all these other people, and I felt so bad. Later, I told my wife, man, and she said, yeah, you should have hugged her. She could have used it. But anyway, it's just, I adopted some principles years ago to prevent, rumors and sin or anything else. So, but there's a downside to that, and that's kind of one of them. But anyway, so thought I'd share. I'm just being real with you.